gosh darn it. If only I could have Warframe consistently be audio and focus loss without having to go into its settings in the video game. Or what if I just had like that login music specifically open on YouTube? Because it's pretty good. I like it a lot. Oh, I gotta do some other crap. Hold on a minute. I don't even know if I'm streaming right. What if I played like Ridge Racer? There we go. Can't go wrong with some Ridge Racer. Ooh. Ridge Racer. Which E3 was that? Okay, that's my password. All right. Cool. How do other Warframe streamers play this video game? How? All right. That's enough of a Ridge Racer music. I'm pretty sure that it goes off a little bit longer, but you know what? I have decided to pull the plug on Ridge Racer now. We switch over to here, and I say hi, howdy, hello, me, Telvin, chimeric freak, and biological test accident. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Shake my hand. And I had all that time to myself to think about what it is that I wanted to do for today. In today's stream, in today's Warframe stream, I did not even launch my fishing video game. Didn't even do that. There we go. Fishing complete. Fishing enabled. Alright. I immediately heard like warframe video game noises and I was like, oh, no, that's a little loud. But I don't know, maybe I just am unaccustomed to hearing the sounds of warframe. So every single time that I get to hear the sounds of warframe, it just is too loud.
Oh yeah, I don't have a line.
But alright. The goals for today is do the daily crap. Such as this one, just kill a whole bunch of dudes. Get my get my stuff. Do my tasks. Do the things that video games want me to do. I'm at their beck and call. I am theirs to command. I am one of them. Oh dang! I'm pretty glad that I did actually turn it down a little bit. why is this? No, you're not supposed to be that loud. You're not supposed to be. You're a gathering point. You're just a hub. But all right. Kill with finishers? No. Destroy automobiles? You know what? I might. Let's see. I want to do like Scaldra. I think I got all the arcanes that I wanted because I got. Okay, one of the things that I've really enjoyed about this update is this one specific arcane called Melee Dovey. Screw it if I know. It's a made up word. But this one has made my spear, my boy, at least, well, not exactly my boy. I've never really gave it much of a, you know, a second chance. Never give it much of a first look, really. But now that I have actual critical damage on it, it is now actually probably one of my best weapons. it is now up there. But yeah, just, I don't know. I figured I'd do daily crap. I'd sit here, I'd play my video game. Then I would think about other video games, such as, for instance, the first Legend of Zelda, which I'll probably play tomorrow. Honestly, well and truly, I've had enough of thinking about it, and it's time to actually do. It's like, you know, I could actually just start up Zelda month whenever it is I so felt like it. Might as well be today. Make it today. Happy belated birthday. Thank you, Desmond. Nice to see you. Welcome on in. How are things? Hoping the best for you. I know that it's also like a very bad time for you, if I remember correctly. Normally, the evening streams are a struggle for you, which I have to sincerely, deeply apologize for, as I don't know. I feel like I could be personally responsible for time zones. It could be my fault. Who knows? Not me. Alright, I should be going for mercy kills. I should be also turning down the game. It still feels loud, even at like nearly minus 30 decibels. It's atrocious out here. Your video game is loud, Digital Extremes. Blame the Earth for spinning on its own axis. That's probably more well adjusted. But what if instead I apologize personally for the way that science is? Because what if the world didn't function without the perception that is me? And you know, if Talos' principle is to be believed, then one should seek out what there is to see of the world, because the world exists, and therefore you should apply meaning to it by perceiving it. Finally. Got one mercy kill. We're going to be struggling out here. It's really hard to get these finishing moves on things whenever everything that you have just one-shots everything. Suffering from success, if you will. But oh, also I installed Marvel Rivals. I know it's not good for me. I just installed it so that I could go into the training room. And I deadass saw like what is his name? Adam Warlock? And I was like, who? Adam Whoolock? Who is this? I had never seen him before. I had never seen him on like any stream. I had never seen him like in any sort of promotional media. I just like, who? But I guess he isn't like you know, Luna Snow or Mantis. So like why would he be chosen? Why would he be picked? Why would I see evidence of him? It's not as if he exists. He's not real. He's not a top tier. Which really, if you want to like play a fighting game, do not feel bad about going into the tier list. You're like, you know what? I'll pick the top 3 characters. I'll do exactly that. There is no shame in this. Not from me. You say, I want to play Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I'm going to choose Hulk. More power to you. My guy, that's how you win video games. Yeah, it sounds like most everyone else's problems. Yeah, you hate the game, not the player. Which is the mindset to go into whenever I go onto YouTube and I see like engagement with feet and clickbait. And it's like, you know, this is I kind of don't really like seeing any of this, but it is understandable. I get it.
You're gonna lose that scrubber, bucko. If the buildup gets any worse, it's gonna start making decisions.
I'm pretty sure that I myself am guilty of clickbait. Which is unfortunate. Wish to avoid it. But I also have to, you know, I got my my once yearly reminder that my father is subscribed to my YouTube channel, and he just knows. He knows every single time that I upload something to YouTube, and he's like, oh right, oh yeah, I probably shouldn't be as mentally ill. Whether or not he watches is something else entirely, but who knows?
Got a minute to get a health scrubber working.
What would you call the type of circulation or the type of orbit that the Ash and Ember Twin have in Outer Wilds? Because I feel like there are probably a few actual celestial bodies out there that behave similarly, where they are locked in close tidal orbit to each other, but they do not destroy each other. Their atmospheres do not rip each other apart. But I don't know what... I don't quite know. I had not thought to look at it. I have to find these big dudes. I have to find the... Yeah, you. I gotta find you. You're the one that I'm looking for. It's you. I need you. Get your health down. There we go. Now bring your friends. Bring your whole family. I got things to say to them. I got a Parazon to introduce them to.
Get out of there.
I mean, I don't know why, but like... Every so often, I'll just be reminded of me getting kind of initially into Warframe. Kind of like early on into my Warframe journey. And...
Got enough. Marking extraction.
I wanted to get like one of these status weapons and use them and try and push high level content, which at the game was not very high level now in comparison to now. But the game has also been power crept since I don't know, 2012, 2013. And one of the, I don't remember the name of the weapon. I think it was like Tysus or something like that. It was a gun that could... It was one of the few guns that could do a 100% status chance on every single shot with the mods that I had available.
Billy needs to keep better tabs on their stuff. Someone keeps stealing it.
And I thought, you know, I'll use that. I'll have that be my main secondary, because I wanted to use the viral status to do % health damage. And so even though I had to shoot things like 10 times, I had to they only needed to die after being shot 10 times. Every single thing would die in 10 shots. Didn't matter if it were like level 1 or level 500 or something.
Directly to extraction. Do not pass go.
It didn't work, but you know,
200 hollers.
I tried. I tried. I promise. It was an attempt. I actually am curious. What is the name of this gun now? It's like one of them early infested weapons. Yep. Tysus. Yeah, 50% status. Add corrosive. Get rid of enemy armor. Real quick. Oh man, what's going on? Is it because I'm standing near this concert that I'm hearing this? Okay, it is. I didn't know that. I don't spend a whole lot of time here in the mall area. I spend it in the back rooms with a girl. The only time that I can spend time with someone that doesn't hate me. Add a gas proc? Dude. Actually, damn. Okay. Quincy, once more. I know that I've like skipped over you like 9 times now, and that was almost a good selection, but I think just having like the plus status damage is gonna win me over. Give me free arcanes. Tempt me. Alright, well, a strong one. Melee Dottie. I've already got that one maximum ranked. Secondary Innervate. I don't know what that is. Show me. Increase crit chance by 10%. That's probably base crit chance. Because a lot of arcanes will modify the base of something first. But I don't know, after 6 big crits, I'm not even sure what the big crits are. I'm pretty sure they mean by big crits they mean the red numbers. Alright, time to not worry about what my warframe is. Time to not worry about what my loadout is, because my spear will lead me through it. There has been many attempts over the past several eons to put melee back in the dirt, and yet such things continue to fail. But they fail, getting cast down to the ground. Melee's still good. And now that we have the accessibility option of hold attack button, thankfully, I no longer need to worry about my thumb or my other finger. I can just hold down my shoot button. And honestly, I don't know. Maybe melee has just been buffed over the years. It made a small dip whenever they tried to get rid of Zoran coptering. Well, no, not even Zoran coptering. They had to try and get rid of slide spams, because you could just like get the Atarax and have gigantic crit modifier with what was it? I don't remember the name of the mod. Maiming something? Critical maim? Something like that? And you would have primed reach on your Atarax, and you would just slide, and you would get everything in a 30-mile radius dead from one slide. Because you could also ignore sight lines with the melee weapon. Way back when. Now I think the only weapon that does that is Excalibur's. I was also considering doing my my weird warframe challenge, where I only get to apply one mod after each mission. Like I have to complete a mission in order to install a mod, and I only get to change weapons after I complete a planet. So I only get to update my arsenal once every planet completion. And if I died, I had to, I don't know, change warframes. And whenever I run out of warframes and I die, I have to restart. I figure that might be my next warframe stream. This might be my last, like, lazy warframe stream. Where I just log in warframe. And I say, yes, warframe. Yes. Do not think about the amount of times that I have, I can't even really say that because I just haven't. It's like, yes, don't even think about the amount of times that I've just, like, gone into the back rooms and talked with Owie. Like, no, I haven't even done that. Like, dude, you kidding me? No. I only had to do that for today's thumbnail. But I would also be totally one of those in the Blade Runner universe that gets caught up in buying time with a fake girlfriend, a false AI. I was like, oh yes, yep, she's for me. That's it. That's all I need. Okay, there we go. Get out of here. You have too much health. Nobody likes how much health you have. Nobody likes your damage attenuation. I actually think that there was a Shadowrun game on Xbox 360 and games for Windows Live. It was one of the very first examples of cross-play between platforms. And it was kind of like CSGO, but you got to purchase like spells and technology, and you got to play as 4 different races or whatever. Like it was cool. It was really neat. I liked it a lot. I think I still have the Xbox 360 version of it. And I think you might actually still be able to find a Discord of people still playing the Shadowrun game. If you look hard enough, you might be able to find games. But it had one of my favorite examples of tanks in a video game. Before I even really knew what tanking in a shooter game was like. Like before the Overwatch, before kind of even before Team Fortress 2. Because Team Fortress 2 hadn't hit like a gigantic, huge boom just yet. At least not according to my knowledge, but... And even then, Team Fortress 2 didn't really have a tank. It had Heavy, which was basically a tank, but, you know, just like... More just a damage character that has more health and no mobility. Now that I know that you can do Akira slides, I'm full in on the movement with the motorcycles. I'm kind of nice with it now. Am I getting shield from kills? I think I am. I think that might just be one of the things that I have chosen for this loop in Albania. But I don't remember taking it. I just know that I'm damn near invincible so long as I just keep killing things. But really, I should have the decaying dragon key on. I should have that equipped. I should be fully abusing the shield gating mechanic. I kind of have, as I've been kind of enjoying Dagoth, or sorry, Dagath. Yeah, but I have discovered that I had brief respite put on her because, like, oh yeah, she casts a bunch, and if you don't have shield gating on, then you will die.
Score count is approaching terminally unfun levels. Activate another health scrubber.
So I cast her 1 and her 2, and then I just go off, and I live. And that's how I live in higher leveled zones.
Contamination is off the charts. You need to hustle.
I ain't gotta do shit, my guy. I feel like I was saying something before. I stopped thinking. I don't remember what it was that I was saying. Oh well, that probably wasn't anything of importance. Oh well. Oh yeah, talking about Shadowrun. A game that somehow lives in my brain. Like, on the one hand, I'm a big, huge fan of the Shadowrun IP. It's like actually super cool. Big fan of the tabletop as well. I remember at some point I wanted to try and get some other people to play the Shadowrun tabletop with me, but like absolutely fucking nobody in any of the discords that I was active in wanted to participate, which kind of, I don't know, kind of sad, kind of sucked. Oh well. But one day I'll get people sucked into the world that is Shadowrun. If only for the Harebrained Schemes game, which is really good. The Harebrained Schemes Shadowruns are pretty good. Definitely recommend Hong Kong and Dragonfall. Can definitely recommend those two. Returns not as much. I like Returns, but not for everyone. It's pretty rough.
lose that scrubber, bucko.
I ain't gonna lose a damn thing, my guy.
Gonna start making decisions.
Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it, Amir.
It's game over.
Don't you worry about it, my cephalon obsessed little guy. Don't you worry about it, my robots can fix me kinda guy. Don't worry about my transhumanist little guy. Worry not. I should also check the circuits for whatchamacallit, the Duviri. I should check the Duviri circuit, see what the current incarnons are. 'Cause I still think that there's one more that I wanted to get. I know that Torrid's probably new. I needed to check that out, get my hands on it specifically so that I can answer questions and really be like, well, you know what, you probably just want to put the galvanized mods on it, you'll be alright. If you just put galvanized mods on it, you'll be alright. Can't go wrong, really. Now, how have I not already completed the destroy? Okay, that's like the third time that the destroy 20 Eximi have come up. Destroy 20 Eximus units has come up. But it's always been 5 out of 10. And I know that I have, according to Nightwave, killed more than yeah, see, alright, 50 Eximus units. Oh, does it feel like there's a gigantic surplus of Eximus units in the 1999 zones?
Four levels critical. There's no coming back from this. Get out of there.
Oh yeah, I don't think I ever finished talking about why it is that I really liked Shadowrun's tanks. There we go. Alright. Remember what I was saying about I need to be less long-winded? I would stop forgetting what it is my own sentences were mid-sentence. So I could actually, you know, think of what my sentences are and then speak them. But there was a race called the Trolls in Shadowrun, and they have increased health, increased armor, and they didn't have as much magical resource to work with, but they you know, like big huge health, big huge healthy boys. But they also had a unique mechanic where they got damage attenuation over time, so the more that you shot at them, the more damage reduction they would get. So if they were standing underneath like a healing tree, they were basically invincible if you tried to roll up with a machine gun and just shoot them over and over again, because at some point they would stop taking damage from your machine gun and just start out healing it because of damage attenuation from getting damage reduction. I thought that it was super good. I thought that was super cool. I mean, it eventually all came down to like everyone picking elf and teleport and having shotguns and swords, but you know. The more things change, the more things stay the same. As it turns out, having the high mobility one-shot characters are they're pretty strong. It turns out you want to keep having mobility for your shoot bang video game.
Do not collect $200. Can you believe they just left this in an armor-plated, heavily guarded safe? Yoink.
think I can stick around in this mission long enough to get the other, the 30 other Eximus kills that I need for my night wave. Sorry, 20 now.
Scrubber going critical. Fix it or lose it to the tech rock, which will be the least of your problems.
Oh, how likely is it that I can take whatever tech rot comes out of that? So long as it's not a barrier tech rot. I know that the barrier tech rot will absolutely demolish me, but I feel like I could take a normal tech rot, like any other sort of a tech rot spawn. Oh, Arctic, yeah, I could take that.
Get a health scrubber working.
Whoa, what? Whoa. Excuse me? What happened? What did you do to me, video game? Destroyed, nerd. As it turns out, having additional critical molt, having red molt on your damage is pretty good. And then you do additional instances of more damage. Okay, I don't know why it is that you destroy my bike. How could you have done this to me? Oh wait, hang on, my bike is actually okay. Never mind.
Game over, man. Game over. Get to extraction.
Super cool knowing that going into a drift and you go out of the drift gives you a speed boost. Oh, I thought I could ramp up that. No. Oh well. How many people have taken like an actual motorcycle to a skate park?
You're gonna lose that scrub.
I'm not gonna lose anything. Ugh. All right. Show me once again my next task. Send a message to Ellen. Oh, I have to go back. Wait. I have to go see my girl. I have to go and see my girlfriend, Allie, once again.
Don't forget to safely turn off your computer before bed, okay?
Safely? Do I have like an explosive way of turning off my computer? Fuck. I messed up. I was just curious. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know if her tongue allowed her to just, blow wind. I just needed to know. Just give him a happy birthday this time around. All right. We know that that little Arthur doesn't need to. We don't need to mess with little Arthur. He's a delicate little bean. Casting abilities increases ability strength by 2% and efficiency by -1 per unit of energy used. Okay, so for 5 seconds after, every single point of energy that is used increases the next few abilities strength by 2% at a cost of making it more expensive to use. Okay, weird. Is coptering back? Very briefly? Slide crit chance by 5. Slide speed by 20. Reduce friction by 10. Maximum of 10 stacks. What do you mean you can have that stack? What do you mean by this? I'm taking that out of sheer curiosity. Morohoshi. Oh, thank you, sweetie.
I just hope I get to see live music one day. Getting lost in a crowd with you would be the type of memory that makes my heart beat faster and faster. I'll miss you.
Damn. I'm mentally ill. I hate to see it. Just had to check up on her real quick. Don't worry about it. Just had to know. Oh hell yeah. And we get a normal exterminate dude. Don't mind if I do. Also, I want to take advantage of this, no, wait, I didn't take the ability increase. Never mind. I took the, Holy shit. Excuse me? We're so fucking back, dude. Zoran coptering is back. I mean, it's not quite what it was, but it's basically Zoran coptering. If you don't know, Zoran coptering was a way of movement. It was a movement tech that you could do way back when, in the earliest days of Warframe, where you could use the dual Zorans to use their slide attack because they had a really good attack speed. And so you would use a slide attack, and then you would slide into slide into slide, and that was a lot faster to move around with rather than sprinting. Excuse me? Oh, did I get gassed? Is that what happened? Did I get like turbo giga gassed? And that's why I nearly died. Is there a gas Eximus somewhere around there? I think there was. Oops. I wasn't paying attention. Bro, this slide is goofy. I don't really need to be using my spear no more. I can go back to my good old buddy, my pal, my shotgun. Whom I love very much. I also did launch Marvel Rivals to see how the Punisher's shotgun felt. And like, yep, that's a shotgun ass shotgun. Love me a good Punisher shotgun. Glad to see that he's also getting buffed. Like, I don't know. It tickles me. That he's getting buffed. The shotgun is also why it is I'm using Dagath. Because Dagath's 3 ability increases crit damage whilst it's active. And it will be active up until you would die. But then whenever you die, you go into an invulnerable state and you get to shoot back and do stuff. There's some other things that go on with the undeath state, but like, I couldn't be bothered to remember what it is. I just know that, oh man, I died. And I don't get my critical damage bonus no more, which makes my Corinth less good. Because my Corinth is built around doing big crits. I even have a ribbon for it. I think my Corinth ribbon is one of the only reasons why it is that my Corinth is actually like decent. One of the only reasons why it is that my Corinth is actually like a good gun. I don't think the Corinth is normally a very good gun to begin with. Which, you know, is how it goes. How it goes here on the Tilfin channel. A Ganondorf main, a squiggly main, well, I don't know. I was about to start saying a Dante main, but like, no. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and Infinite Beyond. Like, well, nope. Dante's good. Dante's a pretty high tier in there. Yeah, alright, never mind. I do main Ghost Rider, though. That one I can add to my low tier characters. My lowest of tiers. Oh man, I'm smelling food in my home. It tempts me. I think it's cheese. I think somebody fired up some cheese sticks. I'm also really hoping that my internet doesn't go out tomorrow. Pretty good chance that it will. Considering how I got an email, it's like, oh hey, we're Spectrum, and we're just going to let you know that you're probably not going to have access to the internet tomorrow. You're still going to get charged for that day of use, though. Bye-bye. Oh, gee, thanks, Spectrum. I love how much you cut out and aren't good. I love geographical monopolies. I need to tell Shepard to link me like a UK drill song. Because dude has been super into UK drill for a while. And he has like reformatted his entire like online text personality to be a person who talks like them. Like, the fuck are you saying to me at any point in time? I mean, I know exactly what it is, but like, it takes some translating and some takes some context clues. Like, I should probably see what that's about. I should probably see that music genre. Branch out a little bit. Go from metal to math metal to, I don't know, UK drill. is it that all these dudes are just like out and around here? Why do I have to like hunt them down? Why are they coming towards me? Why are they swarming me? Don't they love me? Don't they want me? Lephantis? Actually, I want to fight Lephantis again. I want to see if they've changed him significantly. What was that? Excuse me? That was nowhere near below me, and yet there I am. Ground slamming through the ceiling. I mean, I think it's a matter of perspective. If you go far enough down, it becomes up, right? Is that how that bug works? I think I just got it to where my Ack and Brunt was like one of my most used weapons on my profile. And now I'm like jumping ship for the Sidon. Like, yes, yes. Oh yeah, I saw an augment for Loki's decoy. I was like, oh yeah, cool, sick. They fixed decoy. They made decoy viable for in-game stuff by making it do this one of the same thing that Octavia's decoy ball does. I was like, oh man, that's... I mean, Loki's still good. You can't make me think that Loki's not great. Loki go invisible, and Loki still get the damage bonus. Loki still has the irradiating disarm. Honestly, the invisibility and the disarm, that's all that Loki needs. That's all that Loki has ever needed. And there's the switch teleport augment that he's had for the longest time that just made him invincible. Like, oh yeah. Forgot about that. He could just do that. I don't know, maybe I'm too old. Maybe I was too set in my ways. I just hadn't readjusted my brain to think of using switch teleport. Like, oh, what do you mean I haven't unequipped the ability card to make room for more mods? Because while I didn't play Warframe during the time where they had like the attempt at skill trees for Warframes, I was around for whenever the abilities were mod cards that would take up space in your Warframe's mod abilities or Warframe's mod slots. It was a rough time out there. It was rough out there. Like most of the time, you just run a Warframe and they would have like one or two abilities, and you're like, A rare was it? Rare was the Warframe at the time that you would have 3 abilities. Even rarer was all 4 of them. Because pretty much every single Warframe has always had like a throwaway ability. It's like, you know what, I'm never going to use you. Like even now, I've just been using Dagath and I've largely ignored her 4 ability. Oh man, I'm already out of daily standing? Damn. Well, what else do I need? It's just like, destroy things, right? Yeah. Yeah, alright. I can do another kill him. Kill them all. Kill them all. Anarchy Reigns was another Another one of them PvP games. Well, I only know the soundtrack. I had never played Anarchy Reigns. I don't think I've ever even seen like gameplay footage of it. Motorcycles in warframes now? Yeah. Motorcycles in warframes. Excuse me? That's a whole different sentence. You said pancakes, I said waffles. Yeah. We got like this expansion's movement update. Like, oh yeah, well, you know that we made a huge gigantic mistake by just starting out by giving you flying and gigantic move speed on the flying, but we're trying really hard to give you other movement options. Please use them. Here's a skateboard. Like, nah, I think I'll just fly. I think I'll just teleport. Yeah, we got motorcycles. Even come with their own skins. They've even got purchasable skins, which I don't think that I've looked at. Or even worse, I may have looked at them and thought, you know, they're not as good as just like the normal vanilla dusty dirty motorcycle. Don't even at me until there's a bicycle skin. Until there's a bicycle skin for the motorcycles that has the warframes pedal very furiously, depending on how fast it is that you're moving on the bicycle. Don't even at me. Whenever I can get Rhino to be on a bicycle and trying very, very hard to keep up with the other motorcycles. Motorcycle Flash. I would not be surprised if, much like in the Archwing and the K drives, there was a warframe that came out that integrated those mechanics. So like for Archwing we got Titania, and for K drive we got Yareli. I would not be surprised if we did get a motorcycle warframe. So there may be a steel flesh motorcycle, just like a Muscle Roller Legend. They have Digital Extremes has also talked about how they are big fans of Devil May Cry, and they have been wanting to add in like Devil May Cry combos for the melee system. And I've just been like, you know, you know, that's very ambitious. But they've also talked about possibly adding in a motorcycle weapon, a motorcycle melee weapon like in Devil May Cry 5. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Let's see why not. Yeah, I would not be surprised to see a warframe that uses motorcycle movement as one of their abilities in the near future. Pokemon get away with it, so can we. I actually kind of forgot that the motorcycle that you got in Scarlet and Violet was in fact a Pokemon. And that Scarlet and Violet existed, really. Even though they are like, I don't know, good games. I actually did genuinely enjoy my time with Scarlet and Violet. Was that because I may have had like coworkers that were pretty into Pokemon and competitive Pokemon? And it was the first time that I actually put in like any sort of effort into Pokemon to make like competitive viable go lurk. Maybe. But also it just ran so bad. It just didn't function. It just ran at 10 frames a second. It just gave me a headache every time I played it. All right, give me arcane adapter so I don't have to keep buying them. All right, just kill dudes with abilities. You got it. I can do that. There was a movie that I saw some time ago. A pretty old, like 90s or 80s movie. Called Willow. And I cannot, for the life of me, tell you what it's about. Other than like a little dwarf guy going on an adventure of some kind. And I don't know why it is, but I have the NES game Willow. Just like I have it. Real talk, Willow goes hard. Damn. I tried launching the Willow game some time ago, like recently, because I don't know, I just felt like checking it out. I have activated your autism card. That's alright. I figure that's just kind of like this, the biggest stretch, the biggest reach. Like, there's absolutely nobody here in the modern day of 2025 who knows the fucking movie Willow or the NES game Willow that I just know of for some reason. I couldn't even tell you like where it is that I saw it, other than like I did. But I forgot that video games back then were difficult. Like, oh yes. I can simply run past all of these enemies, and I don't need to grind. I don't need to grind my sword speed up to make it to the next town. Nah. Here I am fucking perishing. Being punished for my arrogance, for my actions. Like, oh, well, shit. I don't know, that might be a game for me on my off time. Because I plan on playing the old Zelda games. Well, I mean, by old Zelda games, I mean like all the ones before Breath of the Wild. I have to get my hands on Skyward Sword. I'm debating getting it on Switch or just emulating it on the Wii. Because I think I would have an easier time of it with the Switch version. But I don't know. I hear that it has its own sets of problems. And Skyward Sword is like probably one of the only Zelda games that I hadn't played. It's like, you know what? It's time for me to it's time for me to just sit back and do nothing but Zelda for the next I don't know, like year. Go hard, go deep on randomizers. Figure out where literally everything. Link to the Past is, so I can like have Ocarina of Time randomizer, but in a overworld that doesn't take an actual
Was destroyed.
hour to traverse on horseback.
Make do.
Which version seems solid for Link to the Past? Yeah, the Switch Online stuff seems pretty okay. Seems pretty alright. I remember having a gripe with one of the NES games on the Switch Online, but I don't remember what it was or which game it was or what my gripe was. Just that I did have one. Why do you keep getting knocked back? The core doesn't do that. Was that one of the new changed effects of these darn electric fields? Does that happen in a patch note somewhere that I'm not privy to? I also need to get a hold of Link Between Worlds, because Link Between Worlds is also real good, but it's also on the 3DS, and that means difficulties.
That's the last of them.
Oh, also remembering the Legend of Zelda Ship of Harkinian, Ocarina of Time. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. They did have a port of, or a remake of Ocarina of Time on the PC with like 60 frames a second and all that, with a built-in randomizer and all that. It's like, oh yeah, I have to go into its Discord. I have to go to the Ship of Harkinian Discord to download it. And it's like, oh man. Every bit of like every bit of desire to get and play the Ship of Harkinian version of Ocarina of Time is just like evaporates. Like, I guess I'll do the do my normal BizHawk / RetroArch emulation of Ocarina of Time. Also, what? Is there a way to see what Nintendo Switch Online N64 games? Am I able to see which Nintendo 64 games they got? They don't have a, oh, they kind of do. Okay, all right. 1080 snowboarding, all right. Banjo-Kazooie, Tooie, Blast Corp, Dr. Mario, Side by F-Zero, GoldenEye, Harvest Moon. Okay, solid. Iggy's Wrecking Balls, Jet Force Gemini. That's like one of the only rated M games on the Nintendo 64. George Mask and Ocarina of Time. Okay. So the Japanese version of Nintendo Online for the Nintendo 64 has custom robo. So there is a different library between the Japanese version and the English version of Nintendo Switch Online. That's interesting, especially because we have Sin and Punishment there. With its kanji right there on the front box. Control scheme for Jet Force Gemini is war crime if I don't have a Nintendo 64 controller. True. I mean, I have attempted... Oh, a water bottle. I have attempted to play Jet Force Gemini before, because I was just kind of curious what one of the only Nintendo 64 rated M games were. And it's okay. It's not awful. It's not unplayable awful. But I also didn't play more than 10 minutes of it. You love it and hate to see it done so dirty. I feel like I had a very similar opinion on something else. Like, I'm trying to remember what my gripe was with one of the other Nintendo Switch Online games. It probably just like came down to it did not feel as good as it should have been. Like, I don't know, it has like the very obvious emulation control scheme with a lack of dead zones and I don't know, something else. There were things going on with the Nintendo Switch emulation that I just did not like. Wait, hang on a minute. I want to check something. GameCube USB controller. How much do these go for? Well, there's a Nintendo Switch one on eBay for like $40. There's one from Micro Center for $20. The one on Amazon for $16. Trying my best to not buy anything from Amazon. Don't mind me saying. Okay, so what about Nintendo 64 USB controller? $50 from Nintendo. Okay, cool. Classic. $20 from Amazon. 14 from Walmart. I actually still have like my Nintendo 64 setup. I have it. I could just plug in video games. I can plug in Nintendo 64 video games and just play them. Like I've got it set up to where I can play my Nintendo 64 on my bed. You know, if I used my bed. I just haven't, I guess. I am too closely attached to my floor and my PC. And being on my I really do think that being on my bed would be a health hazard to me in this weather. It is breezy. I do not want to suck in the cold night air all night long.
This sector is home to a Scaldra high security cache. If Burbon charges will get you inside.
And get sick from it.
They're rigged to self-destruct.
I would like to avoid sickness. If that's all right with me. Even if my immune system is freakish. And built to, I don't know, conquer all diseases. Except for the yearly strep throat, I guess. I need to stop thinking about armchair game dev. I'm just here shooting things. in here in Warframe, and I'm thinking about Marvel Rivals, and I'm like, man, I kind of wish that just like a bunch of hero shooter video games would just like stop giving characters ultimates. Just give them like a ability and give them a weapon, and that's it. That should be it. That should be a case closed. But no, I keep thinking about it. Like, yes, but what if? What if you kept complaining to yourself? What if you did not apply "it is what it is" to this part of your life, this very big, significant portion of your life? Like, oh man, you're so right, brain. But also, what if I kept complaining about it because secretly I'm an old man, and I'm even older because yesterday was my birthday. Like, I'm an even older old man now. I'm built to... I'm becoming more and more built to complain. Like, I could feel it creeping in. What are you... Hashtag built the bitch. Go to build a bitch. The one where you take your yassified little bears, and then they put in like a little voice box in them at the very end, and they just start complaining about the price of Starbies every single time that you squeeze them. Or they complain about their phone bill or something. What is it? What is it that we complain about these days? Is it the price of avocado toast? Or is that old news? Eggs? Eggs. Yeah. We can complain about the price of eggs. I actually haven't looked at the price of eggs since we've taken on chickens, and I have had mine own eggs near every day. I mean, whether or not it's it's worth it to, I don't know, feed and house and take care of chickens as opposed to just buying the eggs. I can't tell. I'm not one of those that's privy to that economical situation. But I have also not looked at the price of eggs in a hot minute. I have, however, looked at the price of bagels. And damn, you're telling me that a cinnamon raisin bagel goes for like $6? Or, sorry, a pack of cheap cinnamon raisin bagels goes for like $6? Damn, what else am I supposed to snack on? Also do think how it's kind of fucked up how we have created the chicken to create a an unsustainable model version of itself for our own pleasure, for our own needs, because the amount of protein contained in an egg, the amount of calories contained in an egg is not sustainable for a chicken out in the wild. Like, oh yeah, you know what? You're right. That does make very little sense. That is kind of fucked up. I don't know. I just hadn't thought about them the same. It's like, oh yeah, It is what it is, I guess. Huh? Oh, am I thinking kind of the same? What are you doing to this truck? How are you doing this to this truck? Excuse me, sir, you can't park there. love to see free roaming animals lying around. That's true. They are domestic animals for a reason. They have been very domesticated. They have been purpose built, purpose bred. Invalid launch point, my rear end, my foot. Am I even going in the right direction? my waypoint has been removed from me. It's been taken from me. This game hates me. Where am I going? I want leavies. I want outies. I think this way works. Ah, yeah, here we go. All right. I have this one friend who really thinks that Warframe should implement the glittering trail like Fable has, like Fable 2 has, rather, I think. But I don't think that's in Fable Lost Chapters, just in like no, wait. Am I wrong? How incorrect am I?
Don't stop believing, dreamers.
Was a glowing quest trail in Fable Lost Chapters? Or was that just in like Fable 2 or 3? Either way. This friend of mine really thinks that Warframe would benefit from having exactly that. And I'm just like, no, dude, just like improve the waypoint system so that it actually shows you where the exit is consistently. And only the exit, because the Warframe waypoint system starts messing up the moment it starts trying to guide you through a zone or like a map. Like, no, dude, just show me the exit to this tile and then show me the exit to the next tile. Don't try and guide me through the tile. Especially whenever it's tagging an enemy specifically. I think Fable 1 had it. I also think that Fable 1 has it. But I'm trying to remember. I can't. Well, I guess that means that it's time for a Fable 1 stream. I guess that means it's time for a Fable Lost Chapters playthrough. Like, well, I kind of forgot like this this bit of the video game. Time to just play through it again. Also super fucked up that Fable 1 is on PC, Fable 3 on PC, Fable 2 trapped in Xbox 360. Fable 4 was announced. Yeah, that's right. I remember. Fable 4 was announced during the Xbox show, along with the next Perfect Dark game. And I remember me and Apollo going like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, let's go. Okay. Alright. I only have to get like some of these missions done. Some of these some of these, one of these Nightwave things, and then I got like all the Nightwave done up until like I don't know. Real progress on Begone Good and Evil 2. Yeah, okay, that is the game that I thought it was. I hear about it a lot, but I don't ever know why. Like I hear a lot of people are big fans of it, but I've never heard like anything about it. Like I'm just looking at the images, and this is the first time that I'm seeing like a Pigman character. Like the literal only thing that I have seen of this game is like the PlayStation 2 title cover. And then every so often like, oh man, Beyond Good and Evil is such a great video game. Can't wait for Beyond Good and Evil 2. I think I might even have Beyond Good and Evil in my library somewhere. Might be on GOG. No, I have Legacy of Kain. Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil HD edition. Available on GOG. Yeah, okay. Came out in 2003. Sequel promised like a year after the first. Yeah, that sounds like some Duke Nukem taking forever. Which I don't know. The Duke Nukem 3D was pretty alright. I'm pretty sure that it was real good whenever it first came out, but it's pretty okay. And I did play a little bit of Duke Nukem Forever, but it is actually just boring. Which I think that makes it a bad game in my books. And I'm very sad to see KOTOR 1 Remake kind of in the same dev hell, where they're also having struggles getting the video game to release and to be able to do more than show Darth Revan in some HD smoke. Be like, ah, KOTOR Remake title card. I don't know why I'm just thinking about this, but I think every single time that the an Arctic Eximus throws up its frost bubble, they use the same exact animation that Frost does when casting frost bubble. I don't know. I think I've just like already known that, but I think this is like the only time that I saw like that Scaldra unit just like use the animation and think, oh, that's the same exact animation that I've seen many, many times. Once upon a time in a land far, far away. Never been burned that hard on a game. Damn. That's rough. I think the most that I've been burned on a game was Rage 2. I pre-ordered the game and then I like set a day off because I had to use my PTO anyways. I'm like, oh well, shit, might as well just like use my PTO through the year to give myself this particular day off so I can play what I thought would be a really cool video game. And then Rage 2 wouldn't even launch. Like, oh man, I can't even play Rage. I couldn't even play it at the time. I don't even remember if I actually bought the game. I don't remember if I got it as like part of a as a freebie with another game, or with like a graphics card like I did with Destiny 2, because I didn't actually buy Destiny 2. I bought a graphics card that gave me a free copy of Destiny 2. I said, hey, you know what? I'll play that. I've got several friends that I have seen be highly addicted to Destiny 1, but I cannot play because I do not have a PlayStation. That sucks. Sucks for me. I would like to play with my friends who are really into the shooter MMO, which are like two of the genres that I would play all non-stop. It's like, hey, you know what? Seems like that would be right up my alley. Can't play it. Don't have a console. Big unfortunate. Sucks to be me. First world problems. But I know that I have definitely been like burned harder on video game. Maybe Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remake. Because that's a hot pile of garbage. You can't convince me otherwise. They couldn't be asked to make the game actually functional. They could not be bothered to make it function in a way for humans. Warframe is just Anthem if the game was good. I mean, yeah. I'll show you specifically a character that was inspired by Anthem after this one. Like, Anthem was almost 100% inspired by Warframe. Warframe's been around long enough. It started to inspire its own, such as the first Descendant, which you want to talk like Gooner frames. You want to talk actual sex appeal Warframes. Well, here we go. We got the Korean Warframe coming in with big booty spellcasters for you to stare at. It's like, oh yes, exactly what I need. My grind with a side of masturbation. I thought that first Descendant would be a lot more fun than it was. Well and truly I did. Because I thought they would have like really cool movement systems in it. Because I played one of the betas before it came out. And holy shit, was that game not optimized in the slightest. I had to play the game at 720 at 1280 by 720p and still get like 20 frames a second. The game just did not fucking run. It did not function at all in the slightest. But it was it had very nice grappling hook. And I'm such a simple creature that all you need to do is just like give me goals and give me a number go up and a grappling hook. And I'm a drone. But I guess eventually I have to have standards at some point, right? I say. Watching number go up. Completing tasks. In Warframe. I unfortunately didn't play as much Anthem as I wanted to whenever it first came out. Whenever it was released, I was like, oh yeah, cool. I'll get around to that eventually. Played Warframe on launch. Okay, you might be like the only person I have ever met that has played Warframe potentially for longer than I have. Because while I didn't play Warframe on launch, I was definitely really early on. I definitely played it around when Zephyr was new. I started playing Warframe back in 2012. I think I talked about it on one of the previous Warframe streams, where it's like I pointed specifically to the exact update it is that I started playing. And I was like, yes, back in my day, we used to have ability cards. We used to have to equip our abilities in order to use them. You know, on actual launch, on actual Warframe ass launch, they used to have skill trees. Like, I wasn't around for that, but sounds like some goofy shit. Not gonna lie. Do you remember the skill tree? I sure as shit don't. I guess that makes you an older Warframe player than me, which is incredibly rare.
That's the last of them. Time to go home.
Oh, no, hold on. Self-psychic damage. I don't know, I got a message from my mom. It's like, oh, happy birthday, son. Like, oh, thanks, mom. You know, your 30s aren't so bad, you know? Like, well, shit, thanks, mom. I guess I don't really need this conversation right now, but thanks. Yeah, you know, I didn't feel like that. My personal opinion was that my life got a lot better after whenever I reached your age. I'm like, oh well, thanks, mom. I would just like to have I would like to have this conversation be over with so I can get back to playing video games and going to bed. That's right. Swigs whiskey from bottle. Almost exactly. Alright. Keep in mind how movement was in Warframe, or not Warframe, in Anthem. Wait, I fast shuffled the wrong thing. There we go. The other B room. The other B word. We want to reminisce about some good old Anthem. Don't worry, I got you covered. Here we are. You want to talk some Anthem? Didn't play Anthem, just low-hanging fruit. Damn. I thought it was actually pretty fun whenever I did play it. I just didn't play a lot of it. I wish that I played more of it. Like, I feel like if I did play more of it, I would have figured out that, oh yeah, you know what? You're right. This, there isn't a whole lot of anything to this video game. It's kind of like the Final Fantasy 14 situation where you reach the end of the video game and there's like literally nothing there for you. Once you've got number high enough, that's it. That's just the game.
This sector is home to a Scaldra high security cache. The Furbon charges will get you inside, but you've gotta be quick. They're rigged to self-destruct.
Yeah, this is the Anthem warframe. She works by having all of her stuff she works by having no energy. All of her stuff is instead powered by her shields. Then she will do a constant like damage beam to everything in range, or provide extra shielding to allies in range, and she will strip armor to replenish her shields. Got griped at for playing Final Fantasy 14 in first person. That is weird. I don't think I don't think I ever would consent to playing most traditional MMOs in a first person. I really do like how you can change the position of the camera, so you can like change the center of the camera in Final Fantasy 14, and I wish a lot more video games would do that. Specifically MMOs, because I don't really want my my character, my little scrunglow, to be the very center of the screen. Whenever there are far more important things to look at, like everything else. Like the boss's animations that I have to look at in order to figure out what it is that they're about to do next. Like, it would be pretty cool if that information was prioritized over my fit. Desperately wanted to not be playing an MMO. Yeah. Final Fantasy 14's weird in that it is such a distilled, perfected, traditional MMO formula. And yet there are still people that are able to be drawn into the video game despite them not really liking MMOs. But it is such an incredibly traditional MMO. Subscription model and all. I did like messing around with its combat camera for a bit. I think that's one of the default ways of manipulating the camera if you use a controller. And I just don't want to subject myself to using a controller in an MMO, because I have no idea how the hell it is that you're supposed to play as a healer on a controller. Like any other class, maybe. You can't convince me to just call them jobs. I'm never going to call MMO classes jobs. It's not happening. I will not do it. Much like how I'll almost never call the thief class in Guild Wars 2 thief. I'll always call them assassin, because I'm such an old Guild Wars 1 player. Like, oh no, that's an assassin. That's no thief. I don't care if thief has less syllables and less letters. Yeah, I can also be like, yeah, you know what? I'm kind of bored of the traditional MMOs, and then log back into Final Fantasy 14, play a couple of dungeons, get a few levels in something, and then go back. I have a feeling that I'll need to stream Final Fantasy 14, do the Final Fantasy 14 streams that I've been thinking of doing, because I've been wanting to do New Game Plus to figure out what the story was in Realm Reborn, Heaven's Word, Stormblood, because I skipped through all that shit. Like, oh well, time to repent for my crimes. Time to just repent. Yeah, that's right. Hildren's ability is largely just kind of just I forget. Especially for damage. But for like sustain and utility, pretty damn good. I don't think there's a better armor stripper. All that I know is that God must die. And also that crystals are bad, okay? There are always crystals, and there are always kill gods. I don't know, I feel like I'm missing a fundamental part of something to enjoy. Whenever like I don't know, I keep seeing posts of other people going through Final Fantasy and like, oh my gosh, Thancred heartthrob, and like, who, this guy? I just want to figure it out. I just want to be with everyone else. It's like, oh, like, huh? I don't know. I kind of skipped through all of his story. I didn't really know who Thancred was up until Shadowbringers, and then he just like kind of became Minfilia's dad. What do you mean there are parts of Realm Reborn story that that is pertinent to Shadowbringers? Or the crystals are turning bad. That is also true. Trying to remember what Final Fantasy IX's crystal plot was. I actually... I actually don't think that Final Fantasy IX had much of a plot with crystals. They had the Eidolons with the gems. I don't know. I don't remember. Which is unfortunate because of the amount of times that I played Final Fantasy IX. Shit. What about Final Fantasy VIII as well? In Final Fantasy VII, the crystals were materia. About Final Fantasy X. Can I remember what was happening with Final Fantasy X crystals? I think every single temple had a crystal associated with them. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm missing something. By having spent as much time in Final Fantasy 14 that I have, and then don't really know like 90% of the time that I spent with it. When you complete a fetch quest by giving a bowl of soup to a person sitting across them. That's part of the incredibly unapologetically traditional MMO experience that Final Fantasy 14 is. I was like, yeah, you know what? Point exactly to that and say like, yeah, you know what? Final Fantasy 14 is fucking weird. Final Fantasy 14 kind of, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't get it. I don't get how it's still popular. Like, and yet I don't get why it is I stuck with it. Like, by all rights, I should have clocked out like halfway through my second session in I don't know, the time that I played it. I don't know, maybe COVID lockdowns had me in a different state of existence where all I had to do was just like play a mindless garbage video game for a fucking month because I was laid off. I was like, ah, you know what? Yeah, I'll just play this shit. Whatever. It's supposed to be good. Whatever. What about bettering yourself? No, I'll play video games instead. What about doing literally anything? No, I'll play video games. You could draw. I could play video games. I could play this video game that I specifically said, whatever. I need to waste my time specifically. I have time to waste now. I'm not worried about the future. I just need to stay quarantined, which isn't all that hard on, you know, the mountain. Where I'm basically already quarantined anyways. And even then, I couldn't bring myself to pay attention to, like, any of the story. Or up until, like, Stormblood. And even then, that was, like, only because, like, a dragon girl talked back to, like, a dragon dude. And it's like, oh, shit. Actually? Real? Hold on a minute. Voice acted insulting each other? Damn. Maybe this game actually has personality. But hang on a minute, what have I been missing? Hang on, I'm now interested. You watching games done quick? Hell yeah, dude. I'm a little upset with myself that I haven't been sitting down and watching, like, The Awful Block. The Awful Block is my favorite block. That and the Sonic block. I think I tried to tune in whenever they started speedrunning Ratchet & Clank Going Commando, because I remember trying to play the Ratchet & Clank game some time ago, and I beat Ratchet & Clank 1, but I didn't get the Rhino, because I didn't want to grind the bolts to get it, so I just beat the final boss with the suck cannon. And I thought, alright, cool, that's some garbage game design. Sick, let's fucking go, dude. Let's hope that the second game doesn't have anything similar to that. And lo and behold, the second game has something similar to that at, like, the third fucking boss. Like, well, if you don't have the, you don't have just, like, a whole shitload of ammo, then this one singular boss takes, like, 10 goddamn years. And you're going to have to use the suck cannon on them. Teehee. I thought, yeah, you know what? I'm just not going to play Ratchet & Clank 2. I still haven't beat it. I went with Ratchet and Clank 3. Good game. Ratchet and Clank 3 good. Ratchet and Clank Deadlock. Ratchet and Clank Deadlock good. And then I also have one of the Ratchet and Clank games on PS3 that I've been wanting to play because I can emulate it. Because I wanted to test PS3 emulation, and PS3 emulation actually is pretty good. It works. It's not bad. I only had like some slight frame drops at one of the locations in Ratchet and Clank. I was like, oh yeah, you know what? I don't know. Our PCSX3 actually kind of fucks. Nice. Watch someone do a Splinter Cell speedrun. Broke your brain how wrong that game is played. I felt kind of the same whenever I watched a slight speedrun of Thief. And I thought, what the fuck do you mean you can just like strafe jump onto carpets and be completely entirely silent just because you killed your momentum on a carpet? I feel like I would have a decent enough time with the Splinter Cell games on my own. I could not imagine streaming a stealth game like Splinter Cell. That feels like an incredible hell. I would be interested in studying a speedrun of the game. Because if it's anything like a lot of other speedruns of stealth games that I've seen, hey, you know what? That does seem appropriately whack and weird. And simultaneously pretty cool.
Do something about that scrubber before it does something about you.
Those are inside thoughts games? True.
There's no coming back from this. Get out of there.
That's a game where you spend time to yourself. Unless you're playing specifically Clandestine, which is a two-player stealth game. It is it's an indie stealth game where one player is an operative and one player is a 90s hacker guy. What the fuck? Why did I die? Who gassed me? Who got me? I want answers. But yeah. Clandestine is actually really good. I thought that it was super cool. Because it does exactly the thing that I really want. And where I get to be the hacker guy. The guy in the sky. And I get to be like computer support. Because also one of my absolute favorite like superpower is technomancy. You cannot convince me that there's not a cooler superpower. And I even had like one of the only superheroes in Marvel Universe pulled up that had technomancy. He was I think it was like Takeshi Matsuya? Yeah, Takeshi Matsuya. He's like, oh man, what do you mean he's a minor character? Do you know how cool technomancy is? Why is there not more technomancy? Like, come on. Even the game Technomancer was not about technomancy. There was no technomancy in Technomancer. It was all electromancy. Get it fucking right. Idiots. Yeah, Clandestine is a super cool game. You can also reasonably...
Every choice in my life led me to you. Thank you, life.
She's precious. You can also reasonably beat Clandestine in like one sitting. It is a short enough game for that. Yeah, just give me better abilities. Lol. Destroy a tank, don't mind if I do. Oh no, we're getting closer and closer to the new year. Uh-oh. In the video game, time is progressing at a rapid pace. Also, I guess out of the video game, time also does progress at a rapid pace. I think every single time that I talk about stealth games, I also mention Clandestine. Because it actually is just like that cool of a video game. And it's incredibly fucked that I found it from a Star and Germa video where they're both just like fucking around and not actually playing the video game as they do.
If only we all bowed to that massive ego earlier, we wouldn't be in this mess. Well, the way I see it, no reason to start now. Let's take out his tank. That's our ticket. Now get to a comms terminal. Use that to call in reinforcements. For them.
What?
Hey.
There we go.
That did it. Stormfall squad incoming. You want their Thermian weapon.
Difficult to get rid of these slugs.
There we go. Give me my rocket launcher.
Shall I write it on your hand? Arthur, how does it feel? I wonder. To send your friends to die.
I'd ask you the same. But I don't believe there's anyone who'd rightly call you friend, Victor.
You know, I haven't actually heard like a lot of the trash talk that Arthur and Victor did get up to. Like Victor is just a guy that exists.
Get your hands on a Thermian RPG and take it down.
Like he's just a dude. Same with the other girl that was introduced with this update, where she's just like a girl that exists, who apparently had like the indifference possessing her. Like, oh, that's what was happening. That's what was going on. We just kind of knew that. Oh, I didn't catch on. I didn't get that. I didn't get that memo.
Is there a unit ready?
I kind of feel like that I, as a person who's a giga fan of Warframe, should know that. Feels like it's something I should know. Feels like a pretty important key plot point. Whenever I'm able to see like a gigantic wall just come out and start laughing at me and be like, "Oh man, I know that reference. I know what that is." Meanwhile, it hasn't been mentioned at all in the quest prior. It's like, oh, anyone else who didn't know the background lore to this part of this Warframe story would not know why it is that the wall laughs nor why it is there's a wall at all.
All of Albania bear witness
Yeah, here I am,
to the weakness.
confused, not knowing.
Stormfall descend upon you. Show no quarter. Show no mercy. Some see the tech box as a disaster.
I don't need to engage with mechanics if I just do a bunch of fucking damage.
My city. No more of the laziness.
Why would I do that? Well, how about I just kill you instead? How about I just murder you? How about I just break your tank neck like in Odyssey, Enslaved Odyssey to the West? Also, you remember Stellar Blade? You remember when that game was coming out? I remember, because I saw like a bit of footage of the video game where it was the Stellar Blade girl grinding through something, and I thought, oh, that's cool. That looks cool. That looks neat. I wonder what the rest of the game's like. And I could not see a damn bit of promotional material about the video game. I could not find a single bit of gameplay about Stellar Blade before it came out, or even like after it came out. Even after it came out, all that I heard was just like, oh, it's just like a girls. Like, oh, damn it. I know that you're video game players, but like, goddamn, can you just like stop complaining about girls for a second? Can you stop complaining about women for just like one moment, please? I need to figure out what the fuck this game is. And imagine my disappointment whenever it's a Souls-like game. I was like, oh god, another one. Never mind. That more than anything else, like, oh, never mind. I don't feel like playing this game. I don't feel like getting to know this game anymore. I think not even just like a Souls game, but like a boring looking Souls game. Just a Surge, but horny. I think the Surge is more interesting, at least, because the Surge still has like Armored Core style customization of each individual piece, and you can like target different stuff, but like largely, yeah, it's still just another fucking Souls like. Like, yeah. It's just another Souls like. Like, oh man, whammon. When are we going to get like? When are we going to get Dark Souls for the girls? When are we going to get Dark Souls for the dude enjoyers? When are we going to see like dad bod Souls? Well, no, I guess Dark Souls for the girlies was Bloodborne. with the lore that I know of the video games, like, oh yeah, okay, well, that's Dark Souls for the girlies. And then, I don't know, the entirety of the Dark Souls universe is just home for trans people. Because trans people are just like, oh, what do you mean everything wants to kill me? What do you think everyone wants to like murder me, and I'm just like absolutely fucking nothing in the grand scheme of things. That's just you know, my everyday existence. Cool. Dark Souls for the girlies is just Bloodborne. Yep. I also haven't played Bloodborne because I don't own a console. I do not own the console with which to play Bloodborne. Yeah. I think there's some sort of PlayStation 4 emulation that's kind of able to make it work now. Or maybe I'm thinking of a Dark Souls randomizer. Oh, I did it. I completed the whole season. Alright, time to leave Holvania. Time to get on to my next set of tasks. Which, I don't know. Probably not all that much. I might have to check the circuit. So, show me what the... Oh, still path rewards. There we go. Okay. Torrid! There you go. Alright. Fire a long-range toxin beam in Incarnon form. Don't mind if I do, actually. It's been a long while since I've done the Warframe roguelike mode. I've been thinking of, for many months now, of just making a video where it's like, ah, yeah, you know what? Roguelikes are the perfect, they're the perfect video game. They're the perfect video game genre for people who just really like this one thing. I normally just like go with a mesa. Wait, no, what are my guns? Been digging through Abandonware looking for something to play through. I would always suggest crosscode or well, I mean, if we're talking Abandonware, right? I can always suggest F-Zero. As much as it hurts me physically to say that, like, we can always recommend F-Zero as a Abandonware game, right? I'm just going to be on Mesa, and then I'll just cast 3 and then 4 over and over again. I'm so glad that they changed the amount of time that you spend on defense from 5 minutes to 2 minutes. It's just a small infinitesimal change, and yet I'm so happy for it. That's all that I really needed. Have a SNES cartridge with all the games on it? Hell yeah, dude. Ow. Owie. I forgot what it was like trying to figure out how to live. It's been a while since I've had to think about sustaining myself. I don't think that I've played Mesa in a hot minute, because I think my Mesa does not have adaptation nor rolling guard. I think I actually have like vitality on her. He's like, what the fuck? The hell do you mean I have vitality on her? But I didn't just like give her infinite damage reduction. I also need to... I feel like I have an obligation to play like Breath of Fire. Because, you know, I'm a fan of Marvel vs. Capcom. And... Firebrand. I had to struggle to think of his name. Dude. Firebrand is one of the characters in Breath of Fire. He's like, you know, I should probably get around to figuring out what that Capcom RPG is about. Sure, it's not about breathing fire. That feels silly. Why would you make a video game about that? Just call it Dragons and call it a day. Which, speaking of dragons, I have been listening to the, well, I won't say Aragon audiobooks. But, there's a guy who has read the Aragon books and posted them up on YouTube that I have been listening to for the past, I don't know, couple of weeks. Well, I have been at work. I was like, yeah. Not bad. Not bad, pretty good. Alright. I remember really, really liking the Aragon books for their, what I thought was unique magic system. Because I thought that true naming was super fucking cool at the time. I even got a, I even went out and made a character in one of the D&D campaigns that I played in at the time. I made a spear-using true namer character. And I thought that it was really cool. She's actually one of the coolest characters that I've ever made, and I still have her as like a reoccurring character in my D&D campaigns. I got her AC up to like 40. So she just like couldn't be hit physically. I thought that was really cool. I eventually found a orb of storms through the deck of many things, and I made her like a storm caller. I think that's what I eventually prestiged into it, but she was cool. I liked her a bunch. Now every time that I use her in all my other campaigns, she's called the Librarian, and because her whole end goal was to make a pact with an outer demon or like an eldritch creature, so as to give her all the knowledge in the world, or all the knowledge that could possibly be obtained, and then write them down into a write them down into a near infinite amount of books, and then have them become her library. But I just wanted to make a character whose goal was to have all the knowledge and then become a gigantic keeper of knowledge. She's cool. I like her a bunch. Excavation. Yeah, sure, why not?
Thanks to you, that will not now happen. This struggle goes on for as long as you can stand.
I also had the idea where if any of the players decided for some ungodly reason to attack the librarian whenever they, I don't know, they encounter that, it would be an entirely unwinnable fight, largely due to the fact that you know, she's not supposed to be a character that you fight, and like, how the fuck dare you? And also she has like every bit of knowledge, and then also switch the grid from squares to hexes. I thought that would have been a really cool thing to do, just like in the middle of just combat. Just like, yeah, you know what? Fuck your brain. We're switching over to hexes. You like the number 4? I like the number 6. Hexagon, bestagon. Best this, pants grab. I'm actually just now realizing with with the storm prestige that I had her go into, and with the use of the spear, it's like, oh shit, wait, hang on a minute, her search for knowledge, she was Odin. Fuck, I can't believe I made Odin, and Odin as a character. And I didn't mean it. Secret stays between you and me. I did not accidentally make Odin. What the fuck? I had a few other characters in mind for Dungeons and Dragons and otherwise tabletop characters. Largely like boss fights. Like, I wanted to have a boss fight that would help explain how immortality works in one of my settings. And have it to be like, well, they can only die if their death was an accident. That's literally the only way an immortal can die, is by entirely complete pure accident. But they were going to be a like a maestro type demon that would kind of play with the party. Like one of the things I wanted to have happen in said boss fight was that he has like a he has like a dueling arming sword or a rapier of some kind. And I wanted him to go from using his rapier to helping one of the players land a hit on him, and then reveal that he is actually using a dancing rapier by taking his hand off of his rapier and like adjusting the player's own stance whilst also still fighting the dancing rapier before getting back into position like nothing ever happened. I wanted him to be kind of a huge, massive asshole. I forgot about these fragments. Oops.
Enemies are assaulting your excavator.
Yeah, they assault this. Kelvin, you can't just keep saying pants grab at everything. Eventually, you're going to run out of pants to be grabbed from. How am I? I'm doing pretty alright. I'm doing okay. I'm hoping that I don't have to work tomorrow. Because, we're supposed to be getting a bunch of snow and a bunch of ice. And I'm thinking, I would like to not work in that. I would like to not commute through that. But other than that, I'm doing. Well, you, my guy. How are you? How have things been?
You allowed the enemy to destroy an excavator. A way out is now open to you. But further buried riches are here for the taking. I advise you not to be content with merely doing enough.
Here we go. Can't say the same. Damn. Sucks to hear, my guy. At least the day's mostly over. Fortunately, the day is almost over and we can shut it off and turn it back on again by way of going to sleep and then waking back up. As it turns out, most of the day-to-day awful things can be simply reset by going to bed. We can discard a day. We can put it back into our hand. We can put it back into our library by way of discarding, also known as sleeping. I can't believe that Balatro stole the concept of sleeping. Fucking out my ass here. Where am I going? I'm trying to find fragments. so as to make myself stronger, but I'm going to withdraw after this anyway, so why am I bothering? Let me use my Carrick Wraith that I don't use often enough, that I had kitted out for the sole purpose of making it actually viable and usable. Because for some reason I just really wanted to have just like this fucking assault rifle type gun at the time. It's like, hey, you know what? I've had it with all these really interesting, really cool weapons and all these options that I have available to me in Warframe. Give me an AK-47. Give me an M16. I want to go back to playing Call of Duty. Or like Warframe movement. Oh, they added the alchemy game type to the circuit? Oh. News to me. Alright, we got... Oh, Goss. We might be in. Well, I mean, the real... The real carry would be Titania. We only need Titania. But, I think I'm tired. I think I'm sleepy. I think I've done mine dailies. I think it's time for me to spend all my, my faction points on my relic packs, so I don't have to grind for relics. Use my Steel Path honors to buy even more relic packs. But yeah, that's about all that I wanted to do today. I just wanted to complete Night Wave. Wanted to finish some stuff up. Now I get to make cash money and not need to pay for a single catalyst or reactor or Natane extract off of the market or whatever ever again. But yeah, I think that's it for me for today. I gotta go to bed soon. Hopefully I don't get called in to work tomorrow. Well, not. I'm scheduled to work tomorrow. Well, I'm not going to be called in, but I really hope that I don't have to go in, because it would be bad weather. I am not one to be out and about in the snow. Me and the snow do not get along. But yeah. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. I know that Torchlight Infinite got its new season. I'm not going to be playing it. or I'm not at least going to be streaming it. I might log in for a couple of days. Might play a little bit of Torchlight Infinite, but I think if I stream tomorrow, it'll probably be the first Legend of Zelda game. I got a map prepared. I got a path. I got a route, and I got stuff. You know, I think I'll be able to do the very first Zelda game in relatively under 4 hours. You know. Wait. There was a Tears of the Kingdom mod run on GDQ? And the name of the mod was Second Quest? Huh. I did not know that. I also did not know that Tears of the Kingdom had mods. Other than, you know, the Linkle mod. Because, like, I don't know, why wouldn't you want to replace your femboy with an actual fem girl? But yeah, okay. Alright. Alright, yeah, that's it for me for today. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Or day or morning or wherever the hell it is that you have. Bye bye.